Hey guys, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Akil Stokes. I am a full-time Forex trader as well as a currency analyst and trading coach over at tradeempower.com. Now, most of the videos that you run into featuring me will be strictly about the currency market and Forex trading. But today I want to take a step to the side and really talk about the broader subject of being an entrepreneur and sort of the struggles that it takes in order to go through with it. And the idea came from a message I received after this week's videos. And it was a message from a trader. And when I talk about traders, I think of it as a small business owner because it's very much the same thing. So this trader or this business owner hit a rough patch in their progression and is really mentally struggling with asking themselves, should I continue or should I quit? And you can see as the trader wrote at the end of this message, he says, when I go to my friends, everyone seems to make fun of me for thinking that I can make it, that I should rather stick to my 9 to 5 and it feels like the world's against me, but I still believe I can do this. Is it foolish to think this way? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is foolish. But before you get too crazy, that's not a bad thing. And here's why. You see, as entrepreneurs, we're cut from a different cloth than most people out there. We'll get a little bit into the 80-20 rule later, but understand that the way we act, the way we think, the way we speak is going to be different than most of the people you run into. And because of that, in their eyes, we are going to look foolish. We are going to look silly. We are the minority. But guess what? That's not a bad thing. You see, 80% of people out there stay inside this nice place called the comfort zone. It's this nice room temperature bubble where nothing can go wrong. It's safe. The risk is limited. There's not much reward, but you have that safe 9 to 5. You're getting that safe salary. You're making just enough to afford to pay the bills. You're making just enough to do a little bit of nice things for yourself. Treat the wife and kids every once in a while, but not much more than that. And 80% of people stay in that zone because there's no risk or there's very limited risk. Now, if you were to venture outside of that zone, that's where the 20% lie, and that's where entrepreneurs are shooting to get to. Outside of there are where the dreams lies. That is the massive reward. You can have your dream life, whether that be buying a fancy car, living in an expensive house, having the freedom of time, having the freedom of money, vacationing around the world, whatever it is that you dream and desire most, you can achieve that by venturing outside that bubble. However, with massive reward comes massive risk. And that's the point that's very, very difficult to overcome. And when you tell others that you're aiming for that goal, they're going to try and pull you back down. They're going to tell you, oh no, you're crazy for doing that. Stick with your 9 to 5. It's safe. Why would you give it up to try and achieve this? Because they don't have the same drive that you do to hit and reach those goals of getting outside that comfort zone bubble. And I'll tell you what, if someone does try to make you feel bad about going after your dreams, guess what? They don't really feel bad about you. They're upset at themselves. They're mad at themselves because they don't have the same desire. They don't have the same drive. They don't have the same guhunas to go after it themselves. So in order for them not to feel bad, they try to drag you back down with them, and you can't let that happen. When they reach out to grab your foot, kick them in the face. Kick them in the face as hard as you can. Use their face as a stepping stool to achieve that next goal in the most nonviolent way as possible. Don't go out there and start kicking people, but you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Use them as motivation. Use them as something to, instead of pull you back, to push you forward towards that goals and eventually achieve them. So if you are feeling like a fool, again, it's okay. You're in the minority. And guess what? I'm a fool too. When I first started in trading, I lost so much money. I lost so many times, and I was out there marketing myself and trying to tell my family what I was doing, and everyone doubted me. Everyone doubted me. But eventually I proved them wrong. And now I do business with many of them. When me and my partners started our real estate business, our first property, we paid about $150,000 for it. 3 unit, 2 residential, 1 commercial, first property. Was the biggest mistake we ever made. We've had it for about 4 or 5 years now. And guess what? We have not had a profitable quarter with that property. Worst property ever. But guess what? We learned from it. We learned from it. We took those mistakes, and instead of quitting, instead of giving up, we took those as learning moments, and we used it, right, to better ourselves for future deals. So there are going to be drawbacks. There are going to be setbacks. You're going to take a step backwards. You're going to fall on your face. That's normal. That's natural on the step of becoming a consistently profitable trader or becoming an entrepreneur. The question is, when you're faced with those setbacks, when you're faced with those drawbacks, are you going to bounce back and still go after it? Or are you going to settle back into that comfort zone with the other 80%? Me personally, as soon as I got a taste of what lies on the outside, I refuse to ever go back. I will never go back to that comfortable zone. I have become perfectly comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's what drives me the most. So ask yourself that question. Do you have that drive? Do you have what it takes? And try your best to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Instead of surrounding yourself with those naysayers, the ones that are gonna must be nice and try to pull you back, surround yourself with others that are going for those same goals. That way you have someone to motivate you, you have someone to push you, and you guys can all achieve success together. So I hope this helps. This is a very long-winded answer to your question, but I think a lot of people out there are going to benefit from it. And as always, if you want to see more of my videos, guys, head over to my YouTube page, Akil Stokes, or head over to our Trade Empowered YouTube page, Trade Empowered FX, and check out all of the free content that we have to offer. Until next time, plan your trade, trade your plan. Take care.